Everybody able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. So today you are going for the another EWM topic that is called storage control. Can everybody mute because echo is coming? Yeah. So storage control. So this is one of the bit different topics. This is the used across the warehouse, and once you are going through the complex process of inbound and outbound, then you use this one. There is two types of a storage process. One is called process oriented and another is called layout oriented. So in the short form, this is called process oriented is called POSC and layout oriented is called LOSC, L for location oriented process control. So LOSC, the first letter of all these four letters, LOSC and POSC. So first part is that before going to further and all, try to understand the business process, why you require this storage control and all. So if you go in the means the few slides, this will give us the better overview. But let's start. What are the definitions at least for the storage control? So this provide us the complex inbound and outbound process steps, how the process and layout your data so that you can activate multiple steps. So what is the meaning of this one is that currently once you are doing our picking and put away, then what will happen if you notice from the GR area, you determine our destination bin, or maybe from our picking area, you are determine the GI zone or GR zone. What is this one? So that is directly come on our goods issue or goods receiving area. So this is the only one steps involved in this one. Means task is created. If this is the put away task, then put away task is directly created from our intermediate storage area, means that GR zone or packing zone from to our put away area. And same things happen during the picking. You are creating the task, pick task, and this will determine the location dynamically, but the destination is always fixed, that is the GI zone. Everybody agree on this one first? Is this the process you tested during our previous class? Am I right? Yeah, you can unmute and speak it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sudhakar? Yeah, Sunil? Anybody? Yeah, so means in this way you have questions and all these things. I will also go through this one. But that is the process till now you discussed.
So can you give us some
But
example?
now, hello?
Can you give us some example? What is it in the storage control?
Yeah, we'll go through this one. Give me a fraction of second. After that, we'll go through. So we'll see, tell you all these things. So once, but if you go to the warehouse where in the complex big warehouse, that is not a exact process. Exact process means that they are pick the product and not directly goods issue these things. in between that, there is a few different steps they want to do. What is the steps involved? Suppose that you pick, after that you have to pack, shrink wrap, do the paperwork. And once the picking complete, means the paperwork complete, then you stage these things to the staging lane. And from staging lane, you are loading in the truck. So till now, what you will discuss is that there is only one task and you just confirm and goods issue. There is no loading task, no staging task, all these things. But how the person will know which activity you have to do of this HUs? Once you pick the HU, then the next step is that you have to stage, do the shrink wrapping paperwork. The second step is that you have to put in the staging area from that place, and then you load the truck. And all things is then the systematic way that one HU is linked from a start to end, and system will control these things. You can do the movement like a bin to bin movements manually from one place to another place, after that one place to another place and all. But in this case, you are not tracking, system is not tracking, your manual movements happen. So suppose that if I am giving you one examples here, let's see. So what is the meaning of this one? So currently what you are doing, if everybody is looking on these things, then here, after that, you have so suppose that you pick the product from here. This is the bin location, and from bin this is directly come to our GI zone. But that is not a practical. Means that if you go to warehouse, if this is that much smooth that you pick and just ship, then this is the process. Operation is itself very easy, and the warehouse operation is not called a complex. So what will happen here? You are not moving from here. That is the previous discussion. Now you just think that you are moving from here. Let's insert some block. So what you are doing here now, let's design the process in such a way that you can track everything. So why you need that? If you do manually, there is a no tracking. So now if you want to track, I want to track these things in this way. This is our bin location. So this is our bin. This is our HU complete area. Complete. After that, this is a staging, like a GI zone, and this is the loading. So you can put more complexity, because if you want to put more steps in between, but that is the in the any warehouse, if you go and see, these are the common process. Here to this is the very basic process. These are the basic standard process to operate the warehouse. So picker will pick, they put this picker pick this HU, put here in the area. This is called HU complete or just packing complete area where what is there, even the HU has nothing to do with the repacking and all. They just segregate all the HU. Suppose that you are picking the 10 HU or maybe the 100 HU. So how you know? Every HU they pick, they first come here and stage intermediate location through the paperwork. What is the paperwork they require? Like a bill of lading, or maybe they require the packing slip. First is the packing slip they require. So they put the packing slip, put the shrink wrap on this one. They put the HU level if there is a HU level is missing. Some customer is required HU level in the both side of this one. So they put as for their requirement, what are the requirements? So at least for the paper of packing slip, they are required to stop in the intermediate area. Once they stop here, after that they go, this HU means once they move from here to here, it means that your paperwork of packing slips is completed, shrink wrap is completed, and once you put here, then it means that your everything is complete from the warehouse perspective. The picking is completed from the warehouse perspective. Now the truck come and truck is in the gate. So how you know how many HU will go in this truck? So there is a tracking process. In the staging area, if you see, these are the open area in the big area. So all the HUs is stacks in the row. So once the truck come, they start loading this HU. So what will happen once the task is there, then they just scan against the door because all the task is against the door. And once you pick the wrong HU even, system not allow. So the system is only allow which is the right HU, so that there is another steps for verification. And once loading complete, you can issue the goods after that. So what is the benefit here for doing the storage control? So suppose that if I'm picking the 5HU, for every steps I get the task. So once I confirm these steps that my HU, first steps is that picking. So I pick these things, stays here. Once this is confirmed, automatically system create the new task for this 5HU to move to the next zone. So once this task, first task is confirmed, after that second task is come automatically. And this is co-linked. Link means that if there is a 5, there is a also 5. There is a 2, then 2. So this task, second task is dependent on the first task confirmation. So first task is confirmed, then this will come. So there is a link. Same things happen once you put away everything's in the GI zone, then the third task will come. So nobody can do anything. So what are the benefits here? So suppose that if you need to 5HU to pick here, but you only pick the 4HU from here. So system will not allow to create the one HU from here to here. If you are picking only one, this is the partial conditions, and even you can see partial. And if you even do this one, all HU should move here. Suppose that sometime is the picking condition by default, system will, they are saying that I pick, they just confirm. Your material handler is just confirmed during the bin, at that bin itself. But if they don't put here, then the second steps, they don't get the HU, physical movements of this HU to here. So even the task is created, system, you don't have a HU here, you can immediately rectify where is the HU to move. So every places is trackable, verification is required against the delivery, against the HU, against the door. Anything means that there is a lot of different options, what under which you want to verify. And from start to end, the task is correlated. And that is called the storage process, because you are the sequentially stepwise you can organize your work. Is this clear till now? Unmute and let me discuss, because these are the business process. Understanding of business process is important, rather than we'll go in the later stage. So Sunil, Sudhaka, anybody has anything?
So, uh, Sanjay, are we currently talking about the process-oriented storage control? Is it like process-oriented?
I will come later. I will come later on the process-oriented location,
It is the basic.
LOC, POSC, and all these things.
Okay.
But first part is that
What we
I try to
understand.
give you
Yeah. So,
why the storage control is required.
okay. Yeah. So there is any steps involved in the middle, like in the directly when we have it been directly put into GI zone, so it won't happen normally. So every company business like warehouses would follow certain processes. So that process could be, I think, we need to incorporate by using the storage control model.
Yes. So if you go and in any warehouses where there is a complexity, big warehouses, tracking is required and all, because currently what you are looking from here, that one delivery, you are processing one delivery kind of thing. So suppose that in the retail industry or maybe the food industry, I work in one chocolate, means that my client was chocolates. He is making the food chocolates. So his volume is that much high that they cannot tolerate to move one box here to there. And they need the verification once they want to move any HQ from one place to another place. They want always verification against which delivery they want to, why he is moving from one place to another place. Everything they want to track. So suppose that if my HU is not, my truck is here, the gate 2, and during the staging, if I put some HU from gate 1, once I scan and verify through the gate 1 loading task, once this HU comes, system not allow, because system check this delivery is there, you are going through this delivery is a stage, or maybe the truck is loaded from the gate 2 door 2. So this HU is not against this delivery. So you cannot do it. So what will happen if you go to warehouse, there is a movement is in this, people is moving here to there. So maybe by mistakes, if they are moving this HU from this place to here, system will stop. So there is a chance of doing the sending the wrong HUs or wrong packet or wrong materials to the customer, is because our main aim is here, give the quality product, correct amount to the customer on time. So if you are sending the in place of some short HU or maybe the more HUs, customer is not happy. So try to give the correct amount, correct quantity, correct HUs on time. That is our motive. And that's why this design, this EWM design is come in the picture for tracking every places. If you create the task, people has to confirm, because our material handler is only to move the HU and confirm the task. So some person is picker is only moving the product from here to here. Somebody is only working in this area. Somebody is only, because the person cannot working in all the area. So at zone wise, they are distributing that this area is particular mover. So you can even assign this task when this is created to their ID, but that is the different way. But you are tracking every places how the HU movement happened in the warehouse.
It's more like a quality inspection, anything like that, right? All under comes under this process.
Your voice is breaking. Can you come once again?
It's more like if there is any quality inspection needed, so those things are comes under this process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suppose that here, if you put here all these things, you are correct. Suppose that if before I am putting here everything here in the GI zone, I need my quality person has to check. So I put pickers will pick, material handler will just pick. Here they put here for for the verification purpose. Some client is what they are doing is that at the time of goods issue, they are also creating the lot, means that inspection lot. So what will happen? This is the inspection lot, visual inspection lot, no plan and anything. So quality people will check, come here, check all the documentation, all HU is good, number of HU. They count all these things. And once they verify, then you have to move. So for keeping this in this area, that is the purpose.
So that you are talking about while going stock going out of, like when it is going to the GA zone, but when it comes to the inbound. So for example, truck came and then people are, I think the
Yeah.
mid products are getting unloading from the truck. At that time, like somebody is going to inspect like how many like basically they count the things, right? Like those kind of activities like comes under the quality inspection, and after that
Yeah.
they are going to put it in a final before the inventory putting into the final bins. Whatever steps is going to be taken place, those all would come under the storage control.
Correct.
Okay.
So this is the outbound scenario I am discussing. So
Okay.
in inbound scenario, if you just think here, this is GR zone, and this is bin. So that is direct one. But this is not happen because once you keep the material inside your warehouse, generally you have to go through the counting, quality inspection, and then you are going for final put up.
Okay.
So tracking wise, you can track, and steps wise, this is good for everything. That's why you need this kind of process steps to track these things, how the material moving, which steps giving you more problems. Suppose that some steps is taking bit more time, people will try to understand and design such a way that this will more flexible. There is a no bottleneck in the systems from the movement point of view. So I think that more or less everybody on the same page that if you need the more complex warehouse operation, you need to track the steps, movements within the warehouse, and to movements all the steps or sequence, you need the control, storage control. That is the very high level fund. Inside this, there is a POSC and LOSC. We'll discuss later, but that is the very high level of the storage control. Now you come here. So individual process steps for inbound and work can be executed on single level basis or multi-level basis through intermediate storage type. So if you are saying that I want to move from one storage type to another storage type, in between that you need to deconsolidate the product, or maybe quality has to go through this one. There is a concept, one kind concept or term name is coming, ID points. In the where you just go put the product, people has to do consolidations, pick point and ID point. There is a two names is very common in the warehouse. We are using for this one. So you can first product will keep there to verify, do the consolidation, deconsolidations and all. Then from there, they move the product. So this help in this one. So what is the intermediate? Storage control is determine the intermediate path. Means you are not in between keeping the product in the final location, or maybe the goods issue time you are going for the loading. What are the different intermediate location you require to complete these steps? Here in the generally there is two types of storage control. One is called the process oriented storage control. So the POSC, layout oriented storage control, that is called the LOS. Just keep these two abbreviation in mind, POSC and LOS. Now one thing is that I just give you the information purpose. you can also combine these two things. Means process oriented and layout oriented can be combined, but in this case, process oriented is always trigger first and then layout oriented. So sometimes the query is coming in our mind that, okay, is this the single, means you can, this is the single process or is this single process? Yeah, you can always go through the single one also. And if your business process required to combine these two, means that something is from the process wise you want to track, something is as for the layout, intermediate storage location is fixed in this case, layout oriented, then you can add these things. And as for the business requirements, you can add in between. So this is the definition of process oriented POSC. From here, storage control, and here we are talking. After that, I am just discussing about the POSC. The process POSC is that process oriented storage control determine internal routing based on the process. So what kind of process you are doing? This is name is itself that process. So the intermediate location or intermediate place is determined based upon the business process here. So based upon the process to be carried out within warehouse before put away or after removal. So what are the next step, next process you want to do? This is depend upon this one. What is this one? A storage process is combination of process steps in the sequential order, which are the part of the complex put away or stock. So as you discussed previously during our diagram discussion, this is the sequential steps. So this is not like that first step is executing, after that there is a third step execute. In any case, you have to define the steps. First you have to, during configuration, you have to define your steps. What is the first step, what is the second step, what is the third steps, and system will always follow these steps in the sequence, that first is first, second is second, third, all steps is executed, then your process complete, means that put away complete or maybe the picking complete, or you can issue the goods. A storage process is nothing but warehouse operation complex. So see here, I just see there is an example that deconsolidation, quality inspections, all this. So these are the predefined internal process is itself predefined. You can define your steps, but process is itself defined. So once you go in the configuration, you will see how this is there in the, you can link the external step with the process. And one big things here that process LOSC and POSC always required HU, because our task is HU based task. Just keep these things in mind. So here what you are talking about, how the steps happen. So here see, this is from here to here. Generally you will, till you are defining here to here. But that is not an actual business process. Business, if you go, then they come in the goods received area. Goods received area, after that they count it. They do the quality inspections. After that they have to do the deconsolidations. And after that they put away. So I just give you one business scenario. Maybe this will clear more, give you that more visualization or clarity. How this is happen? Suppose that you are procuring some material from vendor, and you are procuring through this vendor 5-6 kind of material product, sending the one PO to this vendor of all this quantity different line, and they send you all the product as for their specification. So once the vendor is send you product, then 90% cases is that they send the product as for their package. So maybe they mix the two product in one, or they put in the all the product in one packing, shipment, everything. So once you receive, can you put everything in the same way? No, because once you receive, you are putting the product, your deconsolidations, all these things as for your warehouse process. So in some warehouse process, this is required. You are mixing the batches in the same bin. Some warehouse you required, there is no mixing, there is always unique. There is only one HU in the bin. So you cannot instruct your vendor to send the product in the same way. If your vendor, if you are diamond customer or maybe something more, even vendor cannot supply in the same way. They try, there is a very less chances is that in the 5% that they can give as for your requirements, but they are sending the product as for their specification. And once you receive, you have to put away the things as for your warehouse business process. And to do these things, sorry. So this, for this one, you require these steps to be deconsolidated, trackable, and easy to move the product in the warehouse. Means you can move easily for this one. So here, that's why I see here HU task, because for any storage control you require the HUs, and this is the HU task. HU task for unloading, counting, deconsolidation. I think that this is repeated. Task for put away, and this is inactive, the sixth one.
So Sanjay, for counting, like obviously they use some scanners and scan the barcodes, right? And that's how they do it usually, right?
Oh, they scanning is the HU. You cannot scan the product. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Scanning can be done, means the counting is that suppose that they send you the 100. So how you ensure you are getting the 100 product? That is called counting. Suppose that they are sending you the 50 kg. Is this 50 kg or not? So during, before put away, means taking goods receive, after the goods receive, you have to, person who is unloading the truck, material handler, should know that what are the counting, what kind of, is this inches, is this in boxes, is this in kgs, gram, liter,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is the,
But if it is a serialized material, obviously they need to scan that serialized material, right? I mean,
yeah, correct,
yeah.
correct.
So in that case, like, yeah, does EWM provide any easy way of doing it? Because currently in WM it's very complex. We have to design RF screens and do a lot of customization. So does EWM provide any easy way, like like already like screens where the scanners can be connected and easily scan and data gets into EWM. So is something improved in EWM?
Yeah, so in the serialized product, if you are receiving the serialized product, if you are getting the ASN, and through the ASN, if you create the inbound delivery, this can transfer to the same in serial number can transfer to EWM also.
Yeah, that is fine, but
Yeah. For the input point of view, that if you want to manually enter this one, then there is a upload kind of things there. So not one by one. So suppose there is a 50 field is there. 50 each is you are against each you are creating. So you can upload these things 50 in one time. No need to one by one you can do all the fields. So just verify the 50 the based upon the paperwork, you just verify the serial number and you can upload against these cartons. Okay. So this is the easy way, not like a WM scenario. We have to scan, verify one by one and all. So that is the easiest way currently you can do these things. And if the serial number is provided through the SN, this is no need to just verify at the time of your receiving, that's all. Everything is populated automatically. And serial number is more or less, system will track these things, and even duplicate level and all these things they can track. Is this the serial number is duplicate active state, because once you receive, a state is different. Once you put away, the state is different. So that is the background system is checking each and every. Okay. So just for the easy understanding point of view, so what here, just for our understanding, because you,
Recording in progress.
hello, are you able to hear me?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So here, what you are defining, just for our understanding and getting the more visualization, what happened here. So see here, you are defining the different steps, am I right? So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. So once, why I want to discuss these things here, because this help us to setting up the configuration. So how many steps you want to define, that is here. So if you want to define 5 steps, 2 steps, 3 steps, something like this. So first part is that defining the steps. External means that what steps you want to do. That's all here. So for the picking point of view, you see here, this is not only one. What you discuss about the pick WT. So first they are picking. This is the packing area. So task is that HU task for the packing. Consolidation. Third one is the consolidation. So picking is happen, packing happen here. They want, if you want to consolidate in the bigger containers or maybe the HUs, you can put here. And this task is the staging task, here to a staging area, and after that there is a loading task. So last week I just want to share with you guys. Last week you try to means the do the same things, that our complex process, there is a different process. steps involved in this one. So now you know that all the warehouse you are trying to interface with the SGVs, semi-automatic vehicles and all. So currently you are setting up one DC. That's required. What is the complexity here? So if inside one in the area where you are trying to pick, this is the machine picking, that the robots will go and pick from this area. And once they pick inside this one, they stop here. Suppose that this is the picking. You just give the instruction as for the message they pick, and they cannot travel whole the areas up to here. So they pick and stop in a dedicated area. From this area to the here, that is the second, this is the manual process. People will just, once the HU is here, this will come from here to here. They verify, quality inspection, do everything, what is they required, write down the paper, give the signatures, and from this staging area to load. So you require 3 steps. So suppose that currently what you are doing, that you are trying to create only single task here to here. So in the coming days, you are looking more automations in the warehouse. You need first task should be created and executed by machine. Maybe the SGV, motor vehicles, that high racks picking a kind of things, or semi-automatic vehicles. So itself from here, you need one task which is just pick and drop in the intermediate. Are you clear about this one, everybody? I just give you that, means I just working currently on this process, so I just want to share.
Yeah.
So same things, that's why I tell you, means how complexity, what is the different process you want to do, you can do these things. So what are the different steps for put away you can do? See here, unloading, counting, deconsolidation, this is the quality inspection. After that, put away performance and perform value added services and put away. So put away is the last step. Did you just visualize one part is that previously we discussed that you did the put away. So put away is the final steps. After that, you are not. Put away is the bin where this is situated. So that is the final steps. After that, you are not doing anything. So see now from the business point of view or a process point of view, initially what you discuss and what are the changes here. Same things from the removal perspective, you just pick and after that goods issue. But you can do the value added services, packing, staging, loading, all these things you can do here. And for all the steps, you want to track these things, you want to perform some activities, so you need that task to complete this. Everybody agree? So I just put few a screenshot and configuration. So I will go to the systems and I will discuss also. But see here, what is you are talking about the internal process during our discussions, that external process is associated with this one. So this is the association between, suppose that if I give this process name, unloading process is G B10, but this process is always, you cannot change this one and you cannot create even in your customization. These are predefined, and once you associated, system identify this is equivalent to this unloading, or maybe this is deconsolidation, this is for put away. And once you do this activity, system itself want to do the steps, means check the in the background that is this the counting process, then what happened, what is the result you want. If this is the movements of the HU, then from one source bin to destination bin, how the system want to move. So internal processes itself is defined in SAP. So there is I think the 3-4 slides I put for the just for our understanding about the configuration. So first part is that external process associate with the internal process. After that, you see here how you want to move the steps. Means that external process, what is the source location, what is the destination location you want to put. Is this fixed? Then you are putting here. If you want to rule based, if there any rule is defined, then just check this box. So in this case, your destination is not fixed. This is dynamically determined. As for the rule, you can just determine, the system determine. But if you are putting here the destination, system determine. As for this steps is trigger, system determine what is the source and what is the destination. So if you do not enter the intermediate location, external warehouses uses the defined put away strategy. Means this is the rule, how the system determine the bin and all. So based upon this one, they are populate all this. So this is called the rule based. Here, this is the warehouse process. What is the business or warehouse process type required? Because for every activity, you already discussed this part that for every activity, you required one task. And task creation is associated with our warehouse process. So if you want to move any product from one place to another place, maybe system internally creating all these tasks, but you have to assign correct warehouse WPT, what kind of moment you require. This the consolidation, counting, then there is a different moment type, means sorry, different WPT is there. You have to choose, or maybe you can create, customize one and associate with this. So this is the second step. Third steps is that you just define the here the storage process, and against this storage process, like a, just don't confuse with this one. So high level, header level, you define all this storage process, and inside the header you just define what are the sequence they are triggered. So IV1 here, after that counting, quality, IV02, IV03. So this is the goods received. After that, I think that IV03 is put away, and this is deconsolidation. And here there is a few parameters. Once you go through the configuration, we will take auto W2. So if you don't tick this one, check this box, it means that system will not create the next level task. You have to create manually. But if you tick, then once the first part is configured, task is confirmed, second task automatically created. And last steps, never check this one, just for the information, because this is the last step. And after that, the process is complete. You don't need any task. And if you define this process is triggered, and something is you means that suppose that you want to complete the put away or picking. So at the time of GI, system will see if there is an open task still in the system not allowed to do. And even in the put away, if any task is come there, and final put away not happen. So if any task is open, you have to confirm this one. So how many process steps you define here? That is under the warehouse process definition, and here a storage process. Let me complete the, I think that POC. Yeah, this is the control for the inbound delivery, not for the outbound. So I think that inbound is still here, POC. After that, I put the LOSC. So, okay, I think that till 10 is the POSC related information, and after that there is LOSC. So LOSC is slightly different than the POSC, but the concept wise this is same. This is layout oriented, means that the mid client is already defined kind of things. There is a no rule based kind of, what is you are seeing here, there is a rule. So there is a no rule based in the LOSC. This is predefined. But okay, we will see these things tomorrow, and the configuration also.
Sanjay, can you tell me the once again the external storage process, that step?
The external storage is just a name, just like a me, you, people is giving some name. Am I right? So under this one, you just give the external process, but external process is, if I see here, so external process steps here, you can give any name. Like suppose that if I want to put B, means put away B, or maybe somebody is giving the name like as for, because you copy the standard one and you have a 5-6
Voice is
then for the everywhere external steps, just like our movement type.
voice is going bad.
Can you repeat that? Actually, your voice was breaking.
Oh, better now?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. So the external process is the name. Just you give the name to the process. That I want the counting is not C and T. I want this one as for me, G, C and T. But the internal process is itself counting. Just give one external name. Means that as for your convenient, you just put one so-called name. Means somebody has a name like, my name is Sanjay, but somebody is also keeping the another name for calling. The same things is there.
So where is this external process storage process connected to the process oriented storage?
So once you do the configuration, then there is a connect to one.
So we created the external step as CNT. So where is this connected?
Is associated with your this is just defining. So our process, hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Connect today. Yeah, no. So once you define here, the system is not allowed to connect today. So we'll see tomorrow. So once you define the warehouse external, this one, did you see here in the yellow color? This is the external definitions. This is associate, this number is assigned to warehouse orders. So once system create the task, warehouse order create, and if this is relevant for defined for the storage process, system automatically trigger all the tasks, all the steps, extra steps associated with this one in the sequence. So in the case of inbound delivery, this is under the WPT. In the case of outbound, this is under the WOCR, warehouse creation rule. You put these steps.
Okay.
So that is the connection. This is the connection chain between the execution and the trigger.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So tomorrow we'll start with LOC and the configuration part. And I'll try to get some business process also. If I'll get, I'll share with you guys.
Okay. Thank you.
And let me know if something else you have to discuss, then we'll discuss. Okay. And most probably next week I will not available because I have some business trip. So I will drop you this information also, but next week most probably I will not available. So tomorrow I'll try to complete this one, and then once after the next to next we'll start once again. There is a physical inventory is there, replacement is there, few more topics is there, and the configuration part, that packaging specification I'll try to do. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.